Sometimes you want to be a superhero or a spaceman soaring to the moon. Maybe you want to be a race car driver or a rock star cranking out a rock and roll tune. Well, there's a place where it all begins. All you gotta do is listen in. Come on and be a part of the fun. On Crazy Dave's Kid Show, there's no place we can't go and laugh ourselves silly along the way. To make your dreams come true, here's the thing to do. Spend some time with Crazy Dave.
Greetings, kids everywhere, and welcome to Crazy Dave's Kid Show. This is Crazy Dave, beaming out of Des Moines, Iowa, heard round the world. And with us, as always, is my dedicated co-host, Goofy Gilbert. Goofy Gil, how are you doing?
Doing great today, Crazy Dave. Happy to be back here in the studios, broadcasting live to all the kids here in Des Moines and around the world.
Yeah, it's a talk show for kids, and Goofy Gilbert, you have to bear with me today. I got the crud this week.
What?
I got the crud.
You've been infected with crud?
I've been infected, so I think I'm going to be able to make it through, but man, if I start to be crudified, if the crud begins to reveal itself, you're going to have to take over the controls, all right?
All right, gotcha.
Now, I'll tell you how I got the crud. It was very strange. There was a knock, really a hefty knock, and a ring of the doorbell at my front door.
Right.
And I went out, and there was this patch of fur just sitting there on my stoop, right? I thought,
nothing
that's
unusual
odd.
So far.
Nothing unusual. But anyway, I reached down, I pulled it up, and I took a sniff of it because I thought, this is unusual. Maybe I should sniff it.
Well, yeah, anytime you find strange fur, it's always wise to sniff it.
Well, you don't know. You might be able to know if it's enemy fur or good fur. Anyway, smell it, and I think I got some spores inside of me. After further analysis, I've discovered that this fur is the fur of a Yeti.
Okay.
This can mean only one thing.
Okay.
Invasion.
Wait a second. So it's just like a little scraps of fur?
It was a scrap of fur.
It was like some big hide sitting there on your...
No, it was just a small scrap of fur. Right.
Okay.
Yep. No, I think it was basically a warning sign.
Okay, gotcha.
And...
Your house had been marked.
I think it had been. The Yeti invasion will happen. Now, every year we seem to... When it's cold and there's snow and ice, that's when the Yetis attack.
Well, usually, yeah. They kind of move from their northern homes... And they kind of spread south and cause havoc where they go, but it's a little early for that this year.
Which leads me to believe that they basically are they're sending Yeti propaganda out, okay, for me to join their side.
They know better than that.
Well, they do know better than that, and that's why today we are going to begin drawing up plans for the snow fortress. A lot of kids out there build snow forts, and we don't have any snow on the ground yet, but we will soon, and we need to be prepared. We're not building a snow fort, Goofy Gilbert. We're building a snow fortress. What kind of things we need in this snow fortress to protect us against Yeti, aliens, anything else, that pesky mailman that snoops around our house at night? I mean, everything. What are we going to do to build this snow fortress up to be impenetrable?
Now, does it have to be made out of 100% snow?
I will also accept ice.
Okay, ice. All right, that helps.
Blocks of leaves that have been dripped in liquid and froze solid. Anything, really. What is else something? You might be able to take the dog's water dish, which I guess would be ice, right?
Okay, sure. Well, if you give your dog water to drink.
Steel paneling from an old abandoned barn. I would also accept that, right? All right, we need everything we can to make the snow fortress as most powerful as possible. And we're just going to start assembling it right down here in the parking lot.
Well, they've got all this space here.
They do. And they pile a lot of snow up there during the winter where we have easy access to a lot of snow.
Yeah.
But what, kids, would you put in the ultimate snow fortress? Now, it doesn't have to be all about warfare, okay? Let's face it. You got to have fun in the dark times, too, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you want a snow slide. Not a water slide, snow slide. Maybe there is water in there, too, though. Maybe you have an ice slide with water, warm water. You can only slide down at once because as soon as you turn the water on, the slide's gone, right? Melts the slide, but it could reforge itself every night.
Okay, all right.
So,
there's other amenities kids might want to have. Ice cream shop.
Oh, of course, an ice cream shop.
All kinds of things that you can imagine.
taco emporium.
Oh, yes.
If you're going to have ice cream, what goes better with ice cream than tacos?
Right.
Let's have some tacos and ice cream.
Hey.
You're going to need a big fire pit in the deep bowels of this fortress where we keep the tacos. Okay? What does every Yeti hate? Tacos, right?
Are you kidding me?
What do you mean, am I kidding me?
Has a Yeti actually ever tried a delicious taco?
I've never seen one, have you?
I guess I've not seen it happen.
Why
but
not?
Maybe they would like them if they tried them.
No.
We don't know for sure, do we?
Well, that's a good point. We don't want them to start liking tacos
yeah,
if they're a secret weapon.
They might take a bite of it and go, ooh, these are good. I mean, I guess I don't really know what Yetis don't like besides having their hair all shaved off.
Well, we know that is that's enemies or our enemies, the Yetis. They don't feel a lot of emotion. They don't feel happiness. They don't feel confusion. They only feel anger and embarrassment. All right, and they have an anger towards us because we've stopped them many, many times before. And any Yeti that gets shaved down is embarrassed and is sent to live by him or herself away from the Yeti clan. Okay,
Right.
because there's nothing more hideous, nothing more barf-inducing than seeing a Yeti shaved down without any hair. I mean, yikes. Get that Yeti away from any kind of civilization. Just hideous, all right? And, you know, that's what I'm still trying to get the Iowa State Fair to put that contest in the Iowa State Fair. The blind Yeti shaving, okay? Now, you're not shaving a blind Yeti, okay? You have to wear blinders and attempt to shave the Yeti, okay? I mean, that is a sport. That is a sport. But here's two problems. Not a lot of Iowa farmers raise Yeti.
No,
okay?
that's difficult.
Only the evil farmers, okay, right? Only the diabolically evil farmers do that. I don't really know many of those. You know why? Because they hide. They farm underground, upside down, in caves, all right? Their crops grow on the top parts of caves. Now, how does that happen? Why? You're an evil farmer. Okay, that's first thing. Second of all, very dangerous. Very dangerous. I mean, you go in there. I like to use a battery pack filled double razors, double shavers.
Okay, sure.
And I do basically a 360 shave. Nobody comes here. I look like a helicopter, double-winged helicopter, whipping those shavers around. Problem is, I lose a lot of balance, and I go running right into the crowd, okay? And, you know, sure enough, there's the man, okay, who a couple hours later is supposed to be in the longest beard contest, and whoops, I just shaved his victory right off his head, okay?
And I know I've had I've tried a few methods for shaving Yetis.
Yes.
One of my favorites, although it's efficient, it doesn't necessarily do a really clean job. But if you can, convince some Yetis to get on the merry-go-round and give them a good spin,
Oh.
then you just set up your bank of shavers right there on the side there, and as they go around, it just trims them right off, trims that hair right off.
I never thought about that, Goofy Gilbert.
You know, it's hard to find a good merry-go-round these days at a playground.
Yeah, and
That's the problem.
And I think a merry-go-round would be against the rules if we were in the championship shaving contest.
Oh,
because
okay,
you're
well.
actually using like an outside power source. Because I'm assuming this merry-go-round would be powered by plutonium, right?
Well,
I mean, you want to
what
go
other
as
kind
fast.
is there?
You want to go fast, right? I mean, the faster that can spin, the faster you can shave that Yeti down. Problem is, you get a little too close to one of those metal bars, and watch out, crowd. I mean, they seem small, but a shaver whipping through the air, plutonium-powered, that can cause a lot of damage.
Yes.
Who's it going to hit? That poor man that was going to be in the longest beard contest, right? And, it will take a good, 8 to 10 years for them to grow that hair back when they'll be accepted back into Yeti civilization.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, it's a bad deal for a Yeti to get shaved.
So we know they mean business when they left a patch of their hair outside my doorstep, right?
Right.
They're basically just calling us out to have smackdown. Well,
They're challenging us.
we've tried to live in peace, and then they tried to steal our popsicles. And that is where we draw the line, Goofy Gilbert. If Yetis are going to come to our state and steal our popsicles, we're not going to let that happen.
No, we won't stand for that.
And that's why we're here today, kids, to help us build the world's greatest snow fortress.
Attacking Yetis. We'll be back with more Crazy Dave's Kid Show here on KDPS 88.1 FM.
And welcome back, kids, to Crazy Dave's Kid Show. This is Crazy
And this is Goofy Gil.
beaming out of Des Moines, Iowa, heard around the world. Now, what heads of state kings, queens, dignitaries out there are not listening to the show right now, Goofy Gilbert.
Well, I'm sure if they're not, their security forces are.
Right, that's probably very. They keep a close eye.
What is going on in the world today? Let's tune into Crazy Dave's Kid Show to find out.
That's right. What threats might we have to face if those two bozos can't stop the threat there in the United States? Yeah, good point. Good point. Well, you know what? If you're one of the Queen's soldiers in jolly old England, chop, chop, yo, we're worried about invasions from the Great North. Right?
Right.
Yetiville, otherwise known as Canada. Where do Yetis come from? Canada. Maybe northern Wisconsin, but...
And why doesn't Canada do something about this problem? Every year they let the Yetis from northern Canada come and invade the United States. Mm-hmm. They could at least put up some security forces, maybe try to corral these Yetis or work with them, but no, they just let them cross the border... try to steal our popsicles.
Yeah, and you know why that is?
Why?
Because the Canadians love their horses. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
And Yetis love horses, too.
Okay.
Yetis love to eat horses.
Yeah.
Okay, and popsicles. It's a two entree, right? Waiter, I'd like some horses and some popsicles. Okay? Right? That's what a Yeti would say. It's more like this. Popsicles. And anyway, so where does every good Canadian law enforcement ride? A horse.
Right, sure they do.
And you just, they turn and run when they see a Yeti coming, especially if there's an army of Yetis.
Yeah, I forgot about the Mounties up there.
Right.
They'd want to protect their horses.
They will. So that's how they get through. They just let them come on through. And you think Wisconsin would create some kind of buffer for us, but Wisconsin doesn't eat popsicles. Right?
Wisconsin? What about Minnesota?
Was Minnesota up there, too?
Minnesota's right north of Iowa.
Well... I've not been able to prove this, but I believe there are some members of the Minnesotan government that are conducting shady backroom deals. And so I sure hope Minnesota didn't sell Iowa out and is just letting the Yetis run down through the state of Minnesota to get to Iowa, to get to our popsicles.
Well, I can't believe our friends up in Minnesota would allow that to happen.
Well, we can't do anything about Minnesota. They won't let us in. Okay, we signed those papers a long time ago. We don't go too far north. We go right up to the line.
Most of the neighboring states around Iowa, we've kind of had to sign those kind of
That's right.
deals with.
We're pretty much stuck unless we fly on our spaceship or our hoverboards. Yeah, that's okay. We have to worry about those Yetis coming down. Well, at least we know where they're coming from. We know they're coming from Canada. We know they're here for our popsicles.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first thing is... Do you go in your freezer and eat every last one of your popsicles before the Yetis can come get it?
Well, yeah, that's a tough one. Because if they do that, then the Yetis won't go to our freezers. They'll go to straight to the source, the grocery stores. And they'll be invading all of our grocery stores.
Yeah, and there's enough.
And if they go in there and they see popsicles, they might find a few other things that they like to eat.
Oh, true. Mm-hmm.
That's a good question.
Yep. See, that's what I'm thinking. I didn't think, Goofy Gilbert, that this might be that big of a disaster, but now I'm starting to think that might be a little bit of a concern. But, yeah, they're after the popsicles first. And, kids, if you eat all your popsicles, bad idea. Because what might happen is, and this is kind of crazy, they might have, since they have super powerful sniffers, they'd go to your house looking for your popsicles, wouldn't find your popsicles, they'd find you, and they would smell popsicle residue on you, and then, Goofy Gilbert, who knows what might happen with a Yeti that smells popsicles on your breath. We got our first kid caller, Goofy Gilbert. Who do we have?
We have Michael.
Michael, are you there?
Yeah.
How you doing today, Michael?
Good.
Now, Michael, tell us something amazing or exciting that happened to you this week. Anything fun?
I can't really remember anything.
You sound like you have a cold. Are you stuffed up?
Kind of.
Uh-oh, I was going to say, it kind of sounds like you might be a little stuffed up. You know why you're stuffed up?
I think it was because of the Yeti.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Yep.
Maybe he's got Yeti allergies.
Well, I know I've got Yeti allergies because I sniffed the Yeti patch of fur.
Yeah.
So, if we were going to build a snow fortress that could have anything in it, Michael, what would you have in it? What would you put in this snow fortress?
Well, maybe like an offensive thing for a Yeti and Bigfoot because...
Whoa.
Because I know that Bigfoot is the Yeti's brother, and if the Yeti can't get in, then he'd probably call his brother Bigfoot, and he'd probably go in for him.
Now, you're talking all-out war if Bigfoot's coming, because, Bigfoot does not have the camouflage that a Yeti has. The Yeti can disappear into a snowstorm, you never see it again.
Right.
Otherwise, you could be snowmobiling on the prairie, and all of a sudden something just comes out of nowhere, pulls you right off the snowmobile. A Bigfoot you can see coming for miles, and you can smell it coming for miles. You know, Yetis are more like the upper crust of the big hairy monster world, right? Not only are they're very vain, but they're very well kept, right?
Yeah, they're very meticulous.
Bigfoot, my goodness. He's rolling his own filth. Okay, that's what Bigfoot would do. He's a stinky, hairy creature that lives in the woods, and you could see it coming on the Arctic or across the winter prairies. So you know what happened, Goofy Gilbert? If Bigfoot's brought in, it's all out war. This means business.
Yeah, that would be bad news. We haven't had to face big.
So you're talking about a good offense. What kind of offense does this snow fortress need?
Well, I kind of don't know. Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, how would you repel two hairy snowmen?
Well, maybe like a heating vent in every room so that if a snowman goes in there, it immediately melts.
They do hate heat.
I would think a snow fortress would not like heat either.
That's that's the delicate balance. That's why we have the atomic core to this snow fortress. And if it gets comes to worst, and we're all bunkered down in the basement, and the Yetis are still pounding on the door, we push the button, and the whole thing melts. It's the self-destruct button, and pure heat will melt the Yetis, melt the fortress, and then there will be like two sopping wet cats, in the bottom of this fortress. One thing we've got a lot of is snow.
Sure.
Not now, but we're kind of planning ahead. That's what the show is all about. If we had some kind of automatic snowball creator and launcher, that might help.
Yeah.
If we got one of those B-52 bombers and filled it with snowballs and just basically patrolled the, Grandview University with the B-52 bomber, we could land it on the roof of the communications building, right? That thing can just fly straight up, right?
I don't think a B-52 can, no.
Oh, what's that other thing that can fly straight up?
A helicopter?
Well, that's not as intimidating.
You could get an Apache helicopter.
Ooh, I like that.
An attack helicopter. You could land that on the roof. It's got snowball rocket launchers on the side.
Good idea.
That you could do.
Now, Yetis are pretty good at avoiding snow and snow not bothering them, but if it's shot out of an Apache helicopter, there's not a lot of things that won't run because we basically have the arms race up, right, Goofy Gilbert?
That's true. And I've not seen any, military equipment driven by Yetis, so I don't think they are quite capable of building anything like that yet.
Here's the problem. If we go down this road, it's going to be an arms race, because next year, you know what they're going to come down with? They're going to come out with an elk launcher, okay?
An elk launcher.
Right. What is the natural resource that Yetis have the most of?
Well,
elk.
It's got to be elk, yep.
They like to raise elk, and they will come down and launch elk at us. And there's a lot of things you can dodge. You can dodge a ball, you can dodge a wrench, but you can't dodge a Canadian elk, okay? Michael, we're glad you called in today. What would you tell other kids? Why should they call into the show just like you?
Because Crazy Dave's Kid Show is really funny. I watch it, or I listen to it every weekend, and I really like to just talk.
Oh, hey, we like to talk too, and we're glad you called in and joined us. Goofy Gilbert, phone lines are open.
We'll be back with more Crazy Dave's Kid Show here on KDPS 88.1 FM.
And welcome back, kids, to Crazy Dave's Kid Show. This is Crazy Dave.
And this is Goofy Gil.
And we're beaming out of Des Moines, Iowa. We've got our next kid caller on the line. Goofy Gil, who do we have?
We have Quincy.
Quincy, show contributor. How are you doing, Quincy?
Good.
Tell us something fun or amazing that happened to you this week in real life.
Well, just a few days ago, I had a ceramic class. A ceramics class.
A ceramics class, always useful. You never know when you might need to forge a good ceramic. Now, what kind of ceramic did you make?
Well, we were just practicing making pinch pots and putting them together to make egg pots.
A pinch? What is a pinch pot?
Well, you take make a big ball, 2 balls of clay. Well, if you want to make just a normal pinch pot, then you just take a ball, you just
hold
take
on.
a hunk of clay and...
Let me get my clay. Hold on. Okay.
Get a hunk of clay.
I got my clay. Okay, I got my clay. Now, what's next?
You roll it up into a ball.
Rolling. I'm rolling up that clay. Hey, okay, what do we do next?
Then you put your thumb right in one of the sides of it, and then take your thumb out, and then pinch the sides of it, so then it's starting to come up like a pot.
Okay, I'm doing that. Yeah, looking good. This is a great-looking pinch pot. Now, what do I do? What do I put in the pinch pot? Pinchers?
No, but if you want to make an egg pot, you have to make a second pinch pot, and then you have to stick them together. But first, before you stick them together, you have to make little, lines on the sides of them, and then put this, gooey stuff on only one of them, and then squish it together.
Hold on, let me make sure I got some gooey stuff here. Okay, hold on.
Special gooey stuff.
Well, I got a whole shelf of gooey stuff. Now, you mean it has to be special gooey stuff?
I don't know if it matters what gooey stuff you use. Just take down anything.
Well, that's what I usually do. I just take down anything. I got 2 flavors. I got flammable gooey and non-flammable gooey.
Well, I think you should use the second one. It's better.
Non-flammable gooey? Okay.
Non-flammable gooey.
Okay, now, do we eat these when we're done?
What?
Do we eat these pots are these edible pots?
No, when you're done putting the gooey stuff over one side of the lines, then you put some paper, you get 2 pieces of paper towels and roll them up into balls and put them in each side and then stick it together.
See, look at this plan's ruined. That's the one thing we do not have in this room is paper towels. Oh, I got gooey stuff. I got clay just sitting here. I don't have any paper towels. Bummer.
I've been listening to the show. You need to take out the Yetis, which is not right now. It's going to be later when it starts falling snow.
Exactly.
And did you know that Yetis and Wampas are just the same thing? Although in the real world, Wampas are called Yetis, which is kind of confusing. They should always be called Wampas.
You know what? That is right. They should be called Wampas. Only
people who know really good about Star Wars call them Wampas.
Exactly. Only the true enlightened know a Yeti is really a Wampa. Exactly.
Yeah, and I got the perfect idea for something to put in the snow fort.
Whoa, what's this?
It's going to be outside. I'm going to send some stormtroopers over there with special blasters that can take out any Star Wars creature, and we're going to cover them with snow so they look like 2 snow statues in the front. And then when they detect that the Yetis are there, they jump out and they start blasting them. Now, are you talking stormtroopers or snow troopers? Snow troopers.
Okay, yeah.
Because stormtroopers wouldn't last in there. They have to have special suits so then they don't get snow in their shirts or anything.
Yeah, let's face it.
Like the tight spots that go around their neck.
Stormtroopers are whiny babies. Okay, let's face it. Okay.
Actually, I wouldn't say that if I were you to a stormtrooper.
Well, I'm not. I wouldn't be foolish enough to say it if he was right here, but I'm going to say it again. Stormtroopers are whiny babies. Okay.
Well, actually, the stormtroopers listen to the show a lot, but they're not listening today. The Emperor put us in a mission. We're looking for Cad Bane, because actually secretly he was hiding in the shadows the whole time. He never really got killed in the Clone Wars.
Cad Bane?
Yeah, Cad Bane, the bounty hunter. He turned out to be around in this ages. So, I just felt like I had to sneeze there. I'm allergic to something that I'm with.
What do you mean?
Well, we were thinking maybe that he might be a Dagobah, and Yoda actually didn't really die. He just used his force powers and turned invisible. He's playing a prank on Luke.
That Yoda.
Yoda?
He is such a card.
Which is pretty cool. He's trained so much he could turn himself invisible. And then he just got up so slowly without making any noise. That's how the blanket fell down. So I'm actually a Dagobah right now because I thought maybe he'd be here. I'm allergic to something at Dagobah. I think it's a swamp monster. I've always been allergic to swamp monsters.
I know exactly what you're saying. And anytime you go to the doctor, they're like, what? That's not true. You can't be allergic to a swamp monster. And you're like, tell that to the swamp monster, right?
Okay. All right. Well, wait. Hold on 1 second.
What's wrong?
What's that?
What's wrong, Quincy? What?
Oh, what's going on?
Quincy?
Sorry about that. He knocked me in.
Who did not? Who knocked
Swamp
you in?
monster.
Whoa.
Yeah, there was a swamp monster there. He just pushed me in.
Oh, you're in the swamp?
Well, I was on the land just for a minute there. I was right at Yoda's hut. I told Yoda that, I got some
That's not seaweed, let me tell you. Okay.
Hold on, let me use my lightsaber.
Well, you got a lightsaber?
Well, of course, the Emperor has the Emperor has a lightsaber, so I think I should have one too.
Now, Quincy,
he allowed me to get one.
I know the Emperor pays well. I know there's a lot of fringe benefits, right, by working with the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you afraid you're starting to lose your mind and your powers of good by working for the Emperor?
No, he signed a contract with the Republic that he'd be good.
Oh, well, if you signed a contract, then everything's all right.
Well,
as long as it was notarized.
Yeah, as long as he's... all right. Do you guys want to talk to Yoda?
What, he's there?
Yeah, he's there with me. He just came out because he heard me falling in the lake.
Well, he's not mad, is he?
No, he's not mad. He never get mad if anybody fell in the lake.
Okay.
Although, he seems kind of mysterious, but I'm not mysterious because, I'm working for the Emperor, and, Yoda wants to get his revenge back on the Emperor for defeating him.
Right. Okay, so are we going to talk to Yoda right now?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Goofy Gilbert.
Yoda! Crazy
This is
Dave wants
great.
to talk to you. Okay. Hello? Is this Crazy Dave and Goofy Gilbert?
Yoda. Yoda.
Yoda. Yoda.
Yeah, that's right. Yo.
I love when people do that video.
Okay.
Awesome.
So Yoda, I don't know where to begin. Can we be Jedi?
I do not know. Let me think.
We can learn the ways of the Force.
I don't know. I do not know this question.
So Yoda, you've been through a lot. We didn't know that you were still alive, but you pulled a trick on old Luke. You're kind of a practical joker, aren't you?
Not really.
No, not really. Well, but didn't you play a joke on Luke?
Yes, I did.
What, Yoda? I don't know what to say. I mean, you're a trickster, Yoda. What is the greatest practical joke you've ever played on anybody, Yoda?
I don't know.
You don't know? Did you ever?
Hold on, let me think of something. I have a question for you guys.
Oh, yeah, we got an answer. Anything, Yoda.
The Force and its wisdom are all around us. Ask your will a yes or no question. Sense the Force in my left hand. Press it and answer you, I will.
I'll ask you a question, Yoda. Okay, Goofy Gilbert, why don't you go first?
Let's see here. Will I have pizza for lunch, Yoda?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Good. Okay.
That's good news for me.
Okay, Yoda. Last night I found a very delectable-looking scrap of meat in the back of my refrigerator. However, I do not ever remember putting meat in that refrigerator, and I ate it. Is there going to be consequences to eating that old meat?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's very good that there's no consequences.
Okay, no consequences. Okay.
Ask your will a yes or no question. Sense the Force in my left hand. Press it and answer you, I will.
Goofy Gilbert.
Let's see. I went to a garage sale the other day, and I found this very large contraption. There's a lot of sharp blades. It looked rather dangerous. I told the guy at the garage sale that, I'd need to think about it. He's charging, a lot of money, like $2 for this. And I said, can you put it on hold and I'll come back? Let me think about it. I'm trying to decide, should this be something I buy? He said it was for wrapping presents. what he said it was for. What do you think this would be a good buy? It's $2. I mean, that's a lot of money.
No, I don't think so. It's not very good. Blades always mean the dark side.
Blades mean the dark side.
Oh.
Well, especially if they're red. Were some of the blades red?
Well, yeah, there was some red blades.
That means trouble.
Okay.
Don't buy it.
Don't buy the red-bladed wrapping machine. Okay.
Yoda, what are 3 things I shouldn't flush down the toilet?
I said ask a yes or no question.
Oh, okay. Can I flush anything down the toilet?
Disturbing this question is. Meditate I must on. Meditate on this I must.
Yep.
That's what I always say, too, when I talk about the toilet.
Yes, yeah. Wow, Yoda, you're full of great advice.
I thought you don't really allow things from the bathroom on this show.
We don't allow things from the bathroom on the show.
No toilet humor, Crazy Dave.
Well, no, I'm just thinking the toilet is a useful tool.
For flushing things you don't need.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying. Now, let me ask you this. How about this one? Are we going to survive the Great Yeti invasion?
I don't know. Hold on 1 second. I need to look into the future.
Oh.
Jedis have a special way of doing that.
Wow.
You know, in the cartoons, a Sukatana used that to see if Ventress was really alive. You know, Ventress Assassin, the one with the bounty hunter with the big hair that goes off her head and she's bald.
Yeah, I know. I asked her to go to the prom with me 3 times, and she turned me down twice.
Mm-hmm.
Twice?
That's right.
She did go with you the 3rd time?
It was a miserable night.
That's usual.
Yeah, you know, she didn't want to go with me. All right, she went to go with me so she could get into the prom because there was a bounty on one of the people there at the prom.
The homecoming.
Well, hold on 1 second. Let me look into the future.
Nope.
Ventress.
You will survive.
Oh, we will. Okay,
Ooh.
good.
You have, like, a robot that would fit a Yeti costume that I could, like, sit in and control it?
A good half dozen.
I could put the Yeti costume on in the robot, and I could sit in the robot, and I could control it, and then I could take all the Hot Pockets, and then all the other Yetis would be like, oh, yeah, that's us! Oh, yes, that's awesome! And then I'd start walking forward, and then there'd be, like, this pit where the spaceship would be, and then I'd walk it in there, and they'd, like, and the other Yetis would be like, wait a second, why is he walking into that spaceship disguised as a cave? And then I walk in there, put the Hot Pockets down, and close the hatch, and then blast off to my planet. And I'll be able to save the Hot Pockets until you guys defeat the Yetis.
But how are
he's
we
going to save the Hot Pockets?
Oh, and we basically lured the Yetis back up to Canada.
Well, actually, they'd just get mad and they'd think that you guys would be a part of it because I'm actually going to do that later, and I know what's going to happen.
That's exactly right. Yoda, come on now.
But that's our problem, not Yoda's, I guess.
Listen,
but that's going to be way, 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 way later when the snow falls.
Now, Yoda, you sound like you're vindictive and mean. That does not sound like the Yoda I know.
He just likes Hot Pockets, Crazy Dave. I mean, people do anything for a Hot Pocket.
Well, you know what? This is how Jedis turn to the dark side, all right? They value a Hot Pocket more than fighting for the powers of good. Yoda, what's happened to you? Is your mind going?
No.
Do you really love Hot Pockets?
Yes, I really like Hot Pockets, but I wouldn't do something like that.
Okay, well how...
I just want some Hot Pockets.
We'll be back with more Crazy Dave's Kid Show here on KDPS 88.1 FM.
And welcome back, kids, to Crazy Dave's Kid Show. This is Crazy Dave.
And this is Goofy Gil.
Beaming out of Des Moines, Iowa. Phone lines are open right now, kids. If you want to call in and talk to us about how to stop the Yeti invasion, it's not happening right now, thank goodness, because it's sunny outside.
I just thought of something, Crazy
What?
Dave.
What?
How are we supposed to build a snow fortress if it's not cold enough for snow?
Well, that's what we're basically just putting the plan together.
Oh, okay. So as soon as the first snowfall hits, then construction begins.
Construction will begin on the snow fortress. Exactly.
Okay. All right. So we're in the planning stages right now. Fortunately, we were given advance warning, so we have time to make some pretty good plans here.
You know, we might need to scrap this plan altogether. Thank goodness
What?
we're in the planning stage, because, you know,
What?
it seems foolish that
What's wrong?
we'd build a snow fortress out of snow. We probably could build a fortress out of Hot Pockets.
Well, there is, okay.
Steaming hot pockets.
Steaming hot pockets.
So when the Yetis attack the fort, the vile, warmish fluid in the middle will come pouring out and they'll run away. Or then they'll start to eat the fort, though. What's something every Yeti... We need to make a fort of shavers.
A fort of shavers.
Wait,
that brings me back to my blade wrapping machine, gift wrapping machine.
Yeah, I don't think that was a gift wrapping machine.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're wrapping things down at the meat mart, okay? All right? How would you like your meat? All right? Yeah, no.
Sliced and wrapped.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that was a good idea. If we have everybody donate their razors...
Electric razors, though, right?
Right, shavers.
Okay, so they can be battery or plug-in.
Right.
Just need, if you have plug-in, please donate extension cords.
And power outlets,
Okay.
those power strips.
Yeah.
We're going to need a lot of juice. I can only imagine when we plug that into the university's plug-ins.
Yeah.
I mean, that the electricity meter is going to go so fast it's going to go in reverse probably. But yeah, if we build this, like maybe every 5 inches there's a shaver, because we know, as we stated earlier, that Yetis hate being shaved. All right, they're very immaculate creatures that like to keep every little fur in place. Every little piece of hair is never out of it. It's never messed up. And so that might be the good way to go. Is if we have a fortress full of shavers, they won't go near us, because every lock of fur lopped off a Yeti is a sign of disgrace in their Yeti hierarchy. We've got another kid on the line, right, Goofy Gill?
We have Emma.
Emma, are you there?
Yes.
How are you doing today, Emma?
Good.
Well, tell us first of all something amazing or exciting that happened to you today.
Yes.
Okay, such as?
My dad just cooked fried apple pies.
Ooh,
Yum.
400.
400 fried apple pies?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when are we coming over?
Right now.
Okay.
How do you cook 400 apple pies?
With a fryer.
A fryer. Now, how do you...
Holy smokes.
What's he making them for?
We had a festival.
A fried apple festival?
Well, an apple festival, and they always sold apple pies, and my dad wanted to do it this year.
Wow, that's a lot of apple pies.
Yeah.
Now, how big are these apple pies?
What?
How big are these apple pies?
They're about as big as a taco shell.
Right. Okay, they're as big as a taco shell, right?
Yes.
Okay, wow. These are pretty cool.
They were really good.
And you ate all 400?
Let's just say no.
Okay, good.
But the 400 that were initially made are 400 no longer.
Yes.
There's a few less. Okay.
Yeah.
They were really good.
That's got to be some deep fat fryer.
Mm-hmm.
How many cubic feet is this deep fat fryer?
About as big as a laundry hamper.
Whoa!
Square ones.
Whoa!
That's how big it was.
Yeah, that is big. You need a lot of oil to fry that many fritters. Okay, so tell us, how can we make our Yeti snow fortress more amazing and awesome?
Well, let's me think. You could put a mall inside of it.
A mall inside of the snow fortress?
Yes.
Well, if we're going to be holed up inside a fortress, we need a place to socialize and eat and shop.
And buy?
Yeah.
The great thing about this is...
Buy hot pockets.
And a mint where they, how they make the money. They need to have one in there, too. So
Now you're talking.
mint.
Right. Now you're talking. Now, Now, the government has strictly forbidden us in 4 occasions. The last one was very, very strict about this. They've forbidden us from printing money, Goofy Gilbert, of any sort. Right?
Yeah, we tried coins. They didn't like that. We tried bills. They didn't like that.
Right. We tried to actually going into the livestock market.
Well, since this snow fortress is yours, you can make your own type of money. So maybe you can make money out of chocolate.
See, that's what I'm thinking, because if we could somehow get the United Nations to designate the snow fortress as a
sovereign nation?
Is that what you would call it?
Sure,
okay.
Yeah.
We could, create our own money.
Yes. Goofy Gilbert can eat all the chocolate.
He can or can't?
Can't.
Well, I know.
What?
Yeah.
Well, we need it to make the money.
I'm at least, vice president of this country. I should be able to eat all the chocolate I want.
Listen, you traitor.
What?
Okay,
What?
listen. This.
You can't. I mean, if you after you buy your money, you can just eat your money and not spend it, or you could go out with that chocolate money.
Wait a second. This is brilliant. So what you're saying is people can't use our money unless they buy our money
Yes.
with
yes.
real U.S. dollars.
Yes, see, what you do is you make chocolate money, but you ask for real bills. You ask for regular American money. And then you'll stack up on that cash, and then all that chocolate will be gone. You'll shut down the mall after you get $2,000.
Yes, keep going.
Now,
And
Emma,
then with that money, you'll buy a hot tub for inside of the Snow Fortress, and you shut down the mall. Because, see, the chocolate money, you should only use that in the mall. But you have to buy the chocolate money with real money. So, you see?
Now, Emma, we're talking about the American public here. They are not that gullible. We're going to be so rich, crazy.
I know, Goofy Gilbert. It's like, why have we... So basically, we sell all the fake money
Right.
and make them pay
Fake
real money.
chocolate money. So
And
they
then-
think they're actually getting something worthwhile.
Well, they can eat their money.
Right, they can eat it.
And then
Yeah, they can just eat their money, but but if, say you're selling $5 in chocolate, you have to ask for $6. So
Oh,
no,
far
no.
too low.
Oh,
Far
no,
too
yes,
low.
yes, yes.
$100.
We're talking markup.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's a very strange conversion rate, and in our sovereign nation, and you know what also is interesting is we have no inflation. Okay, in our new country of Snow Fortressville. Good thinking.
And also, you whenever they go into the store, they must only pay in chocolate. And so if they run out of chocolate, they must go back to one of you guys, and they have to pay you for more chocolate.
Wow. This is just like the Midway at the state fair.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah, but
You run out of tickets. You got to go back and pay real cash for more tickets.
It is.
Except you can't eat.
And-
Well, you can eat your tickets. I've done that a couple times. but-
And the only difference is they don't usually shut the rides down before
But
you
this
can use the
chocolate,
tickets.
with this chocolate, can melt.
Well, not in our Snow Fortress. It wouldn't melt.
Yes,
This is-
but if they say they bought $1,000 of chocolate money, they only spent $900. They would have $100 in chocolate, and it will melt unless you're in, and it won't melt unless you're in the Snow Fortress. But
Yeah.
once you step outside, your money disappears.
Oh, good thinking. But how are we going to stop the Yetis? Because it sounds like we got a great economy going down in the fortress, all right?
We have to, hold on, my dad's calling me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Dad? Okay. My friend is here.
Okay, well, you go talk to your friend. Thanks for being on the show today, Emma.
You're welcome.
Have a good day. Wow, that's
I'm
amazing.
sure Emma won't mind if we just take her suggestion
We can work
financially
with those
here.
those numbers. I mean, we can twist those numbers anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant idea.
Well, you know what? It's amazing. We're seeing the good and the dark side of everybody today. Yoda seemed good, and then he's playing tricks and stealing our hot pockets. Emma was going great there for a while, and then all of a sudden, whoa! Oh my goodness!
Now there's 1,000 little Emmas
That's right.
running around.
And we just need to stay in our cages.
I'm not really sure what they're doing.
No, we don't know.
They're putting down rumors and little has had me a little unnerved there.
You know what? But if we go back full circle, what's the first thing she tried to do? Throw you under the bus. Tell you can't eat the chocolate.
That is true.
All she needs to do is go to the clones and say, "Hey, clones, Goofy Gill's eating the chocolate money."
Right. And then you wouldn't see me ever again.
Right. And that would be unfortunate because then I'd be alone with the clones, and I can't.
You wouldn't
run,
last very long.
I can't run outside because there'd be all the angry people that we tricked out of the money.
And the Yetis. They'd probably team up.
Yeah, this is a bad idea. Who came up with this sovereign idea of our own nation? And let's face it, the United Nations is not going to give us Can they just do that?
Can
I say, hey, I want my house to be my own country?
Well, I think it has to be approved.
By who? The United Nations?
Well, there's a Security Council involved, and there's other people. It wouldn't just be somebody like the Secretary General of the United Nations making this decree. I think it would have to be approved by a number of different.
So it's not like a form I fill out
countries
from the back of a cereal box.
No, you can't. Yeah, get your Lucky Charms, and if you would like to have your own sovereign nation, please fill out this form and send $3 to the UN General Assembly.
Well, it might work. We've tried crazy, stranger things. Kids, we only have time for one more kid caller, Goofy Gilbert. Who is it going to be?
Well, we'll find out, kids. We're trying to get plans in place to stop the impending Yeti invasion. We'll be back with more Crazy Dave's Kid Show here on KDPS 88.1 FM.
And welcome back, kids, to Crazy Dave's Kid Show. This is Crazy Dave.
And this is Goofy Gil.
Beaming out of Des Moines, Iowa, heard around the world. Now, in my neighborhood...
You have... Oh, yes.
I'm, first of all, a little embarrassed, okay, about what I'm about to say. In my neighborhood, the old man Stuffer has lost his wig.
What?
Old man Stuffer lost his wig. He was out taking the garbage out last night. The wind blew his wig off, and they're looking for a grayish, ratty, matted-haired wig. And,
We're old man Stuffer.
I think, Goofy Gilbert, that wig was what was on my doorstep this morning.
Did it smell like old man Stuffer?
It did. It did. I asked the wrong question. Here's the problem. I always wondered why the Yetis smelled like old man Stuffer, but I didn't ask the question, why does this wig smell like old man Stuffer? I think it's his wig.
Okay.
Now, luckily...
Maybe it's 100% Yeti fur wig.
Well, I don't know. It's not 100% anything anymore, okay? Because I did a lot of samples on it, and I boiled the wig, okay? Right. I had to disinfect it.
Sure, okay.
Because, let's face it, I saw this, I thought to myself, this is about the size of my head. If I ever lose my wonderful mane, I can put this on my head and get away with it.
But you wanted to clean it up first, of course.
Right. So the good news is I have old man Stuffer's wig. It's very clean, but I combed it in a different way than he normally combs it. I gave it a spike haircut, okay? Now, old man Stuffer's 95 years old, and it was a spiked mohawk.
A spiked mohawk?
Because I thought what I thought was, wow, look, my lucky day. I found this on the doorstep, this patch of hair. I thought, wow, my lucky day, right? First thing I thought of is, how can I use this to my benefit and also profit on it? So I cut it down the middle to make strips of wig, strips of hair.
Sure.
So I thought I could sell several different mohawks, and now I'm going to have to tape them back together. I hope I didn't sell any on Craigslist.
I hope maybe you still got some of that gooey stuff from your ceramics lesson with Quincy.
Do I use non-flammable or flammable? Non-flammable.
It's old man Stuffer. He's flammable enough as he is.
True, so non-flammable.
Non-flammable.
Stick that back together and try not to drop it in, any crumbs. Okay, when I'm gluing I'm going to have to take it out to the workshop, clean the workshop down. But yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed. I wondered why there was a tag on the back of it. And I thought, boy, Yetis come with tags now? It didn't say made in Canada. So, yeah. But the good thing is we now have plans for a snow fortress if the Yeti... If.
Because now we don't know if they are going to attack.
But really, we know they're going to attack.
It's quite possible old man Stuffer will attack. We prepared for the wrong attacker.
And you know what the problem is? When I'm at the grocery store, what is old man Stuffer always buying a cart full
Hot Pockets?
Hot Pockets. I mean, that man loves Hot Pockets. In fact, I was jogging, okay, early one morning, and I kid you not, he was at his kitchen table. It looks like he was drinking some coffee, and I saw him take a bite of something, and unmistakably, there was the glow of a Hot Pocket. He put it in his mouth, and his wig just went right off the top of his head. And it's like, man, that man loves Hot Pockets. And, wow. So, I guess, boy, I don't even know where to start.
How do you defend yourself against old man Stuffer?
Right, enraged old man Stuffer. Enraged, full of Hot Pockets, old man Stuffer.
Well, he doesn't know that it was you that sliced and boiled his wig up. So, I mean, you might have a little bit of time here.
Maybe if
Of course, I'm sure, you'd be at the very top of his list of suspects.
Wait a second. What if I put it on the neighbor dog? Huh?
Put it on the neighbor dog?
Put the wig on the neighbor dog.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay. Frame the dog.
Frame the dog, right. And you know what problem with that dog is? I always see him outside old man Stufer's house on Friday mornings digging through his trash looking for what? Hot Pockets. Okay. Leftover remnants of the Hot Pockets. So, first of all, I guess we've realized that everybody loves Hot Pockets. Dogs, old men, and Yetis. Okay? And Yoda.
And Yoda.
Right.
Yoda likes Hot Pockets.
I don't know if I've ever had a Hot Pocket. Are the pockets really that hot?
I honestly, I don't know, Crazy Dave.
I don't either. But I do know that we've got plans to stop the Yeti invasion if it ever does come. I'm Crazy Dave.
And I'm Goofy Gil.
And this has been Crazy Dave's Kids Show on KDPS 88.1 FM.
Crazy Dave's Kids Show is now off the air. Stop back next Saturday at 10:30 or visit us at www.crazydaveradio.com.